What's up, folks, and thanks for tuning in to another Gauntlet album review. We've got a few albums on today's slate from many different genres that I do enjoy, all from some really good and solid artists. If you like this content, subscribe below for more album reviews, single reviews, and Gauntlet-style album reviews like today's video. And without further ado, let's see who's up first. Let's go. What do you get when you combine a couple guitar wizards, a proficient bassist, and a technical drummer? You get one of the best modern instrumental bands, Polyphia. A band used to being part of the heavy metalcore and gent sound, but transitioned to something more unique. Combining technical playing with many different electronic and hip-hop inspired sounds, they've blown up because of songs such as Goat, which is a fantastic song all on its own that shows the band's full capabilities. Ahead of it all is this young virtuoso himself, Tim Henson, and on their latest studio album, Remember That You Will Die, the quartet continues on the sound that they had on their previous 2018 album, the album with Goat on it, but including a ton of different fun sounds. Tracks like Neurotica and ABC show the positive sound and vibe that the group can create, while songs like Bloodbath and Memento Mori bring a bit of a somber mood and darker atmosphere. This record does include some nice features like rapper Snot and Kill Station, Deftones vocalist Chino Moreno, and the guitar legend himself, Steve Vai. The features like Sophia Black on ABC and Lil West on Chimera are meh to me and not really my favorites, but are still okay and fit the vibe of the songs. But overall, really good album. Remember That You Will Die gets an 8 out of 10.
The fuck up! Help me find it! Stop talking like a cunt! Now just start playing!
A band I just discovered because of this album alone, so there was no or zero expectations going into this. Went in completely blind, deaf, and dumb. The Gloom in the Corner appear to be one of the newest in a long line of amazing Australian metalcore bands. Trinity is supposedly a concept album, although I haven't really clearly understood the story just yet, but I feel like with more and more listens I'll get it and it'll start to click. But just like the Polyphia record, this album is packed with features. Some I didn't know, others from bands I actively listen to, from Taylor Barber, Ryan Kirby, to Lauren Babick and Ryo Kinoshita. The features don't take the whole spotlight of the songs that they're on, and they serve the solid purpose of why they're there. Heaviness does come into full effect on tracks like Ronin, Clutch, and Behemoth, and Nor Hella Fury. An amazing guitar work from Martin Wood and Matt Stevens, chaotic drumming from Nick Haberle, and solid bass work from Paul Mussolino, but all of this is topped off by the amazing vocals of Mikey Arthur. With all the heaviness, there are some change of pace tracks like Red Clouds, which is a very soft, kind of beautiful, and with a lot of different features, including some female vocals, and then Elijah Witt of Cane Hill, which it's hard to tell where he is, so I don't know exactly where he is in that song, but it is a good song nonetheless. And the song New Order, and then the intro From Heaven to Hell. Then there's the amazing chorus of Black Rot, which is so powerful, anthemic, and beautiful. I do love the amount of cohesion in between each track, especially when you're telling a story and all the transitions. Stuff like that is very needed. Trinity gets a 10 out of 10. I absolutely loved this album. Album of the Year contender for sure. Not necessarily a band that's popular or super known, but Avoid are definitely one of the better post-hardcore metalcore bands in the recent years, as well as the most fun. Their second studio album, Cult Mentality, puts that fun to overdrive. Riffs that keep you head banging, choruses to sing along to, and breakdowns to get you jumping. Whether it be a song about being literally bored, talking shit on the sameness a lot of the bands in the metalcore scene, and maybe some personal topics as well, they've got it on here. Songs like Whatever, Split, in parentheses, Kill It, and Blast Off are really good tunes, certified bangers. They do get heavier on Finish Line 3 Live on DVD, which is their trilogy of songs that they've had on every release called Finish Line. And this is just the third one. The title is a nice little joke. But it was a nice solid change of pace for how heavy it was compared to the rest of the record. It is a super short record with some bangers to hold on to, just enough to keep you coming back, but not enough to have it stay in your head months later. Cult Mentality gets a 7 out of 10. Not an artist that's typical of the genres I cover, but dubstep/hardstyle artist Must Die has become one of my personal favorite electronic artists ever since I heard his last album, Crisis Vision, which was amazing from front to back. That almost continues on his latest output, Feral Fantasy, where things just start sounding a little bit darker and slightly aggro at points. The melodic parts do shine on tracks like Keep You Safe and You Should Know. There are also some certified bangers on Grave Bloom and Creep Show. The Houston DJ uses some really nice sound design on a lot of these tracks, giving a creepy, angry, or beautiful feel to the tracks depending on the song. Songs like New York City were a bit meh to me and didn't have a lot of that energy that I expect from him, but otherwise a very solid output. Feral Fantasy gets an 8 out of 10. I feel like I would be doing myself and the viewers a disservice if I didn't include one of my favorite heaviest fuck bands that I think deserve tons of praise. British death slam metal band Ingested. It never failed to make me enjoy an album. And on Ashes Lie Still, that is no different. Here the guitar work and the riffs are pure heaviness. The drumming is sick while not being too blast beat oriented like most death metal bands. And the vocals, some of my favorite in the game. Shadows in Time and You'll Never Learn are some superb tracks that remind me of older Ingested. Sea of Stone and All I've Lost, are, with the latter of which features Trivium's Matt Heafy, both encompass some nice long melodic intros before going into the groovy heaviness of the more recent Ingested material. I love a lot of this album, and there isn't one bad song, but definitely has some tiny small moments that prevent it from being the perfect album like previous albums in their discography, but it is sure a staple within their catalog. Ashes Lie Still gets a 9 out of 10. Love them. What a group of albums we looked at today. Let me know what you thought of the albums. I do got some best of 2022 videos coming down the pipeline, and I really hope y'all enjoy those. I do have a few more reviews to come in before we get to there, but make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. I do have my Spotify playlist linked in the description if y'all want to check that out. It's constantly updated, adding different songs from many different genres, things I just kind of vibe with. As well as I'll have the playlist for all my other previous reviews if you want to check those out, also linked below. And make sure you check back, and hopefully we'll have a good 2023. There's some good albums coming out. I hope you stick around and stay tuned. Take care.